Welcome to Sustaira. Thank you so much for tuning in today to watch a demo video of one of our application templates. Let's jump in. Today, we're going to go through a demo of our carbon footprint calculator. Now, with an organization, typically there are two sides of this. The first side is you're just getting started and haven't yet started tracking your carbon footprint, which is totally okay. Everybody is at a different place within their journey. And so this application is a great way to act as a building block to gathering that initial data and getting started. The second side of this is perhaps you are starting to track your carbon footprint and impact, and you're seeing that it is a manual process. The data sits everywhere in all different departments and also outside of your organization. If you're a manufacturer, then you have to consider that the subcomponents and the products that you're acquiring to manufacture your own goods have a footprint as well. So, how do you gather all of that data? Right now, it's all very manual and inefficient, it's error prone, and it's exceedingly difficult to keep up with the changing requirements. Right now, there are standards around carbon footprint calculations, but there isn't a universally accepted one. So you do have to navigate if that shifts or you're reporting to a certain body, how do you need to do that? Well, Sustaira's carbon footprint calculator actually solves each and every one of these challenges. It offers an efficient online data collection and calculations all built into it. So you could actually open this up to suppliers and they could input their carbon footprint information around the items that you're purchasing for your manufacturing process. You can also integrate these with your existing core systems to pull the information that you need straight into this application, or of course, you can manually enter it into the app as well. What's wonderful is that there's always flexibility to go deeper. So if you want to go deeper in scope 3, you absolutely can do so. Last but not least, it's also going to give you the ability to turn insights into action, again, by expanding that functionality. So, this application is built for change. Being built on the Mendix low code platform gives you a ton of flexibility and basically infinite scalability. So, consider this your building block that you can take in any direction as much or as little as you want. With that said, let's pass this over to Kyle for a demo.
Thank you, Maggie. Now allow me to introduce everyone to the Sustaira Carbon Footprint Calculator. Within this module, we provide some easy-to-use carbon footprint calculators to calculate things such as your kilowatt hour usage, your fleet vehicle emissions, and any commuter emissions that you may have for your employees. So we'll go in and expand these. Looking at the kilowatt hours, we can take our energy bill, and we can enter the number of kilowatt hours that we consumed. We can also look at any fleet that we may have. So selecting a region, a year, a make, model, and version. We can then select this vehicle as part of our fleet, and then are prompted to enter the number of vehicles we may have, as well as the average estimated distance that they've been driven in miles. Clicking Next, we'll perform the calculations, converting these values to metric tons of CO2 equivalent, as well as some equivalent values that you can see here scrolling across the top. So based on our entry for kilowatt hours, we are causing 1.05 metric tons of CO2 to be emitted just so that we can power our office. And that's equivalent to 0.13% of a home in 1 year, or 1,152 pounds of coal. Below, we can also see, based on our fleet entry, that for a gasoline engine, which is what's in the car that we selected, based on the number of vehicles and the average miles driven, they're emitting 2.5 metric tons of carbon dioxide, which is equivalent to a total cost of $571. We also see, for comparison's sake, that if these vehicles were being driven with diesel fuel or a version of biodiesel, what the impact would be in terms of total cost as well as carbon emissions. With the carbon emissions improving, the farther right you go down on the graph. When we continue through, we complete the carbon footprint calculator. It's important to note as well that these calculators are based on an extensible framework, and we can create customizations rapidly to include additional calculators that you may have an interest in, using the exact same calculations and equations that are used to calculate the metric tons here and expanding upon those for your individual use case. One other quick note, when I click the home button, which will take me back to our Launchpad, you see up here in the right corner that I also receive an achievement for calculating my carbon footprint. This is part of our gamification module that is meant to drive employee engagement across the platform. So be on the lookout for other pop-ups like that are designed to engage your employees as they navigate the Sustaira ecosystem.
Kyle, thank you so much for that overview of our carbon footprint calculator.